Hey guys, welcome to Module 2, Forms and Landing Pages. So what we're going to be talking about here is what are forms and landing pages and what the differences are between the two. How to incorporate them into your WordPress or blog or website, and how to use them on their own, and how to integrate them inside third-party software like Clickfunnels. Okay, great. So let's dive into my Convertkit main page. Okay, so to get here, you can click Forms or you can click this little envelope. Either way, it gives the same thing. You can see here it shows number of subscribers I have. It shows you where those subscribers are coming from. For instance, Physics of Santa got 49 on that day, etc. These are all the forms that I have. I have quite a few forms, as well as landing pages. Now I'm going to show you how to make these. Okay. And you can also toggle this as well, last 30 days. This gives you a different perspective of the same thing. So we're going to go to Create Form. Now either landing page or form, doesn't matter. We're going to start off with landing page. Now the landing pages and forms built in here, they're not as straightforward as using a service like Lead Pages or Clickfunnels, but they do the trick, and they're actually quite effective if you know how to use them. So like I said, let's take a look. So landing page. So I usually pick this one. This little guy here is going to give you a picture in the background. I already got one downloaded. It's the same one I used for this course. So I'm going to pick that one out. And when you save it and have a look, that's what it looks like. Okay, so it's got that email in the background, and we're going to add more stuff here and make the picture bigger, and it'll look a little bit better. Okay. So I'm just gonna call this something that I can identify with very easily later. So I'm just gonna make a bit of a different name. We're gonna call it test landing page. Okay, we're gonna save that. I'm gonna rename it. I'm gonna call it test landing page. We can go up here. We can change our colors. So background color, we can just make it white. Background pattern, text color, can make it black, etc. Okay, button color, change all that as well. Provide more detail. Let's save that. Okay, provide more detail. If you get rid of it, it's just gone, so we can get rid of that. Describe your product. This is a test product. A few more details. I'm going to say place more detail here. Now here you can add an image. You can see the image there. You can add links, etc. There's lots of stuff you can put in here. This is more the WordPress type thing. You even have HTML code you can put in, change the formatting, put a horizontal row, alignment change, etc. But I'm just going to get rid of that for now. We can change this. We can say, yes, I want the amazing freebie, etc. Okay. Save. Edit. Step 2. Now this we're going to change around with some code in the back end, which I'm going to show you. It's very easy. It's the same every time. But a couple of things. We're going to get rid of this. We're just going to say, I'm going to say, what is your best email address? And that's what they're going to use to get their thing. Okay. You get rid of that unless you want to put something in. No need to put a picture there if you don't want to. And then instead of subscribe, I usually write submit, or I want the newsletter, or what have you. Okay. Save. So now this is what it looks like here. Okay. Test landing page. This is a test product. We can make. There we go. Okay. Now we're going to go to settings. Now the code that I wanted to tell you about goes right here, custom CSS, and it's the same every time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go like this. I'm going to copy it over, and I'll put this code in the description. Okay. Now when that's in there, now it looks a little different. Okay, test landing page. And again, you put in a different picture, it looks a little different, etc. Okay, and when we insert it into our web page, it's going to look even better. So I'll close that now. Okay, so main settings. Full landing page. Usually what I do is when they enter that, I send them to a thank you page. Thank you pages are more effective. You can try to upsell them on something else. You can customize it. It's a much more effective thing. So we can just go there and go www.yourwebsite.com. And now we can also automatically subscribe them to a sequence. So let's just say it was a biology thing they opted in for, like the example in module 1. I'll go here and I'll automatically subscribe them to my biology and make them mandatory. Good. Incentive email. This is the email that goes out initially. So as soon as this all happens, this is the welcome email, the sending the lead magnet email, etc. If you don't want to do it, you can just go like this. So if your sequence is the first email that you want to send, like that biology sequence we just did, you just unclick that, but we're going to click it for now. That's where it's coming from. We're going to confirm. So we're going to change the subject. We're going to say, your welcome email, etc. Okay. Thanks for signing up. Click below to confirm your subscription. I usually just say click below to download your whatever it is, right? Activity, lesson, etc. And then I change this to download. I just find it looks a little bit better. And I usually change this to something like, speak to you soon. Yep. Okay, and then if it's a file hosted on Dropbox, you can put the URL of the Dropbox here. You can also attach a file here. So if I wanted to attach that image that I put on the front, right? If they're opting in for this image, I put that in there, and now when they hit download, they'll download the image. And then I like to hit auto confirm new members. There's a big thing about double opt-ins. I don't find that they help. I find I can always get rid of my cold subscribers later for people who don't want to, and I don't like it. So I just auto confirm. Okay, done. Style. You could change up the way it looks. Generally, we'll just leave it. Embed. We're going to need. Well, you can use it if you want. If you're using Blogger, you're going to need this. You're going to click here and you go raw HTML, and we're going to talk about that later on. Okay, I wrote a whole other blog post about it. But when it says go to raw HTML, this is what you're going to pick. Form integrations, we don't need that. And if you want to duplicate it later, you can do it there. Okay, so we're done. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go over to my dashboard. This is my WordPress. So I use WordPress to do all these things. And once you've downloaded the free Convertkit plugin, it makes it really, really easy. So if I go to a new page, eventually when it loads, while it's loading, I'll show you this. This is where I got my image from. It's pixabay.com. I love it. It's free. You don't need to attribute where you got the images from. It's just, I like it a lot. Okay, so new page. We're going to call it test landing page. Just like our other one. Now what we're going to do is we're actually going to grab it from the Convertkit portion over here. So it's a landing page. So we're going to go here. And I'm going to find it. There it is. Now the beauty thing about this is that I can actually tag someone who is on my email address who lands on this page. So say Joe Smith, who's not tagged as a biology teacher, lands on this page for some reason. And this is, the biology opt-in page. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that they get tagged as biology teacher. If they're already tagged as biology teacher, it doesn't matter. And then we're going to go up to here. We're going to go, I usually make it a landing page. Of course, you can make it anything so it looks, integrates well with your blog. So it's got the right sidebar. You can have anything you like. In fact, I'll just leave it as default. But you can also make it, it's a standalone page as well. So now what we're going to do is we're going to let that link up. While it's doing that, I'll just show you this page here. So again, I wrote a blog post how to integrate Convertkit inside Blogger. So I'll link to this blog post in the information below. But it just shows you everything you need to do the exact same thing, except put everything into Blogger. Okay, so same idea. There's the HTML code thing that I was talking about. So again, I'll link that. Okay, so let's take a look at what our page looks like here. There it is. So if you land on this page, you go, I want my freebie, put your email address in, and you're done. Okay? So that is the landing page. Now, in a very similar way, I'm just going to copy this title. I'm going to go back to forms. I'm just going to show you one more thing actually. So if I go here, I can change the style so I can make it a different looking picture. So if I picked this, it's got the opt-in on the sidebar. Here it's got the picture above and the information below. You can play around with these, see which one works best for what you're looking at. I generally just pick this one here, as I was saying. Okay, back to forms. Remember, it's forms/landing pages, same idea. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a form. Same idea. I usually just pick this one. You can pick the other two if you prefer. Okay, so same idea. So I'm going to go like this. I'm going to just call it, a to test landing page, test form. Let's call it test form. Easy. Save. And again, we can do very similar things here. This is where we can put our image in. So if I wanted to, put that image in of the email guy, go like that. Okay. Test form. That's all the same. There's a subscribe. We can change that to submit. Save. Again, I can change around, the styles of the button, colors, everything like that. Okay. Settings. Same idea. Okay. It's a form, so we're going to put it onto our website. So again, if you're using Blogger, I'll refer you to this page here. If you're using WordPress, I'll walk you through that momentarily. Now, what do you want them to see once they submit your form? Well, you can either have a success message, or you can redirect them to a thank you page, which I prefer. So again, something like www.thankyoupage.com. And again, we can subscribe them automatically. Incentive, same idea. We're going to change this around to make it fit what we're talking about. Add our lead magnet, auto confirm. Style, we're going to put that CSS code in again. Now you can always duplicate things later on. So for instance, if I go to here and I duplicate this form later on, it'll already have that CSS code in. You don't need to do it over and over again. Now what we're going to do is we're going to embed it. Now, again, if you're using Blogger, you click here. If you're using WordPress, you click here. So I'm just going to go back to my WordPress. Here we go. I'm going to make a new page. And on my new page, I'm going to just actually insert that form. So this makes it so you can just add the form in on top of other information if you want. So I'm just going to go to add new. So if I wanted to have a video on there, an added video, I could add the video. If I wanted to have a different form or more information, or I want to put it in the middle of a blog post, or I wanted to write a page about how to teach biology, then I could put that form in there so that they could opt in for the demonstration that I have. Okay, so I'm going to call it test form page. So you could write anything you like. Header, information about biology. Thanks for coming. I'm going to leave this space open here. I'm going to go to this text portion right there. You can see this guy right there. That's the spacer. So when I go to Convertkit and I pull this code right here, as long as I have the Convertkit plugin, it'll work. You just go here inside the text, you paste it in, and it's done. There it is right there. Now it'll show up. I'll show you what that looks like again. And then once again, you can tag them as a biology teacher. So if you land on this page and you're already a subscriber to my list, there's cookies and stuff that go around, and that'll put you into the biology tag. And then you'll see later on in the other modules, once you're tagged, we can set up so that once you're tagged, you're automatically put into a sequence. So that's pretty cool too. So I'm going to publish this. And then as soon as this is published, We're going to take a look at it, see what we think. And then I'm actually going to subscribe to this, and then we'll go back to Convertkit, and you can see what it looks like once you've subscribed to a form. So view page. Okay, now there's our header, information about biology. You can see how we've incorporated into other things. We could get rid of this if we picked a different kind of page. More information on the below, etc. Okay, so on this kind of form, I'd say something like, if you want to get the digestive system demonstration, enter your email address below. So I'd put it in. Submit. Okay, and again, I put in thankyoupage.com as my redirect. So here we go. There's our thank you page. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to Convertkit. I'm going to take a look. I'm going to go to subscribers, and there I am. I'm a subscriber on here, which is kind of neat. And if you click my profile, you can see everything else that I've subscribed to, and I test everything with this email address, so you can see it's got quite a few tags on it, and I get quite a few sequences as well. So I get a lot of emails from myself, which is nice. It makes me feel good. And that is about it. Okay, so that's how you make your forms. That's how you do all those other things. Now, what I wanted to show you is how you can, if you use Clickfunnels, which again I highly recommend, and later on I'm going to be showing you a few other things about it too in one of the other modules. Okay, so we are in my Convertkit funnel page. This is just one of the funnels that I have. What I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly make a few steps here. So I'm going to call it test page. So these pages are pages that you can drive traffic to, get email sign-ups, and I'm going to show you how we can integrate the forms we made in Convertkit into the pages here. And I'm just going to pick the most basic one I can find, really. I'm just going to pick this one here. I'll pick this one. But there's so many different ones you can see, right? So you pick whatever you like. And I'm going to make a confirmation page. Confirmation page. And I'll just pick the first one that comes up. Sale, confirmation, pick that one. Okay, back to our test page here. So, discover the number one, discover, how about we just say discover how to generate, or how about we do it? Integrate Clickfunnels and Convertkit. And you can change the color and everything, and you can change the text here, and you can quickly add. You can add a picture here. You put a picture in, any picture you like. I'll put that one in. Change the height. So on. Okay, and there's a whole bunch of other things you can do. You can add a video. Right? If I wanted to, I could just go like this. One column. Go down here, and I could throw a video in, or I could put a button in, or I could put an input area in, or what have you. Okay, so I'll just click that. And you just paste the link from YouTube in. Okay, so that's all you do for that. You can also make this a lot wider as well, just by going like this. Oh, there it is. Full page. So then we make it wider too. So you can just change it around however you like. Okay. So you change that. You change this. What we're going to do is we're going to have set action go submit form, and that's going to go to the next stage in the funnel. So that'll be good. The thing we need to do is we need to accept our integration. So when we integrate, what we're going to do is we're going to connect any email address that's added here and clicked here is going to be sent where we want it to go. So I'm going to connect it to my Convertkit. I'm going to connect it to one of the forms we just made. So I'll find it now. This part's got to search for the one that we made. I made it so that it would stand out quite well. So there we go, test landing page. And then you go out here, you save it, and you're done. Okay, so now let's test it out, see if it worked. I'm going to go out, and you can change this URL as well. Go back in. There we are. Okay, pops out. A lot of different effects you can do. This is obviously, there's no video here, so that's why it looks like that. I'm going to type my email address in. Download the free report, or download the, you could use this to download the lead magnet if you wanted to. You could hook up the lead magnet. so that the person then gets it on the welcome page. You can hook up anything you like, okay? Because all this does, and then it goes to the confirmation page so they can get their thing. The main thing that this does is that it goes from, so there's our test landing page. There I am right there. So that's what I just subscribed to, right? So I subscribe to this. Where is it here? Okay, so you can see right there, test landing page. So I just subscribe to that form. And then we can go over here and we can see, and I can just show you again the power of this, is that once I subscribe on Convertkit and it gets sent to once I subscribe on Clickfunnels and it gets sent to Convertkit, I'm automatically put in the biology teacher funnel. I'm automatically going to receive this incentive email, and this could be the lead magnet, the thing that you want to send them, so it automatically gets sent to them. It's pretty amazing software. It's a little extra software. You don't need it. You can get by without it. It just works really, really well. It looks great. It's easy to use, but again, it's not necessary. It's just more of a perk to make things easier to sort of streamline the whole process. So if you have any questions about this, let me know. There is a link to it in the main description, or the main module description page as well. Okay, so thanks very much. If you have any questions, again, let me know, and I'll see you in Module 3.